They say women fill the void of masculinity you leave open in a relationship, and I can hardly think of a better way to encapsulate this cardinal truth in a few words. When it comes to modern women, too many young men make the fatal mistake of not realizing they are dealing with a completely different animal in the 21st century. As society becomes more egalitarian and traditional masculinity and femininity boil down to an indiscernible mix, men have lost their masculine charm and edge in mastering modern women. But could there be a way to reclaim and revive that energy in a world that puts down any manifestation of masculinity that dares rear its head? I believe there is. Ever seen the yin and yang symbol at the center of Taoist philosophy? Two opposing forces made visible by their contrast. Good and evil, night and day, masculinity and femininity. Put whatever opposites you want in those symbols, but the fact remains that without a line of contrast, all of it would descend into a senseless soup of grayness. That's the state of modern dating when it comes to masculine and feminine energies. Being a man means being responsible for bringing vibrant masculinity to the relationship, allowing her to recognize it and adopt the feminine role. Doing this requires a deliberate and conscious restructuring of your thought and worldview. Scratch the image of the utopian equalism of modern times and go back to our history as a species in order to salvage what lies at the core of masculinity. It is those ancient guidelines that will help demarcate your energy in the relationship as distinctly masculine, helping you master modern women. Masculinity is a force that has always been at the cutting edge of natural selection. It is the men throughout history that have ventured out into an unforgiving nature for everything from hunting mammoths, so they could feed the tribe, to fighting and dying to defend their kin. From this one fact is salvaged a core essence of masculine energy, courage. Manifesting this trait in every realm makes you a man worthy of respect, admiration, and submission in the eyes of modern women. Andrew Tate said this as clearly as anyone could say. The fastest way to lose a girl is to show cowardice or frugality. This cardinal trait of masculinity is defined by the harsh pragmatics of the world even today, and is quintessential to developing a strong persona for men in their relationship. Imagine you and your girlfriend are walking down the street in a high-crime neighborhood and encounter a group of men in the distance slowly approaching the two of you. There is a tinge of fear and suspicion that runs down your spine as you sense that you've walked straight into an alley of street thugs. It is this moment, the divergent choices available to you, and what you do in this circumstance that determines your courage in the face of adversity. I can assure you one thing: failing to stand up to protect her or leaving her and running away like a coward would be an instant death knell to your relationship. But there is another, more nuanced masculine trait you must inculcate in order to master modern women. It's the ability to lead assertively and know where you're going in life. The best feeling a girl can have with you is turning her alert mind off and truly relishing the time she spends with you. If you're going on a trip, you as a man should have everything sorted, from flight tickets to currency conversions and hotel bookings. Your woman should feel secure in your leadership and competence enough to not have to worry about these trivialities while she's with you. This is a manifestation of your masculine energy and can set the frame for the dynamic of the relationship. When it comes to dating guys, women put on different personas for different guys, and it relates to how masculine and assertive the guy is and how attracted she is to him. Justin Waller summarized this perfectly. I get a completely different version of every girl that her ex-boyfriend had. The fact is, most men are weak and cannot exude the masculine energy needed to balance the relationship. The result is what the quote at the beginning correctly diagnoses. Women put on a more masculine persona to fill the void of masculine energy brought in by the man. Modern women have a luxury of choice that most men don't, and combined with their inflated sense of beauty and self-esteem thanks to social media, they seldom encounter men they think are worth respecting or submitting to. This is the state of modern dating, and it poses a challenging predicament for any man that fails to understand the dynamic at play inside women's minds. But let's assume you've mastered all of these tricks and are well in tune with the female mind. Perhaps you've become a competent man that can put his foot down and lead with masculine charisma. But it's possible that you're still lacking one vital piece of the puzzle. As much as it is to be that masculine man, it is important to wear it on your sleeve. You need to appear as powerful and masculine as the man you've built of yourself from the inside. Your physicality should reflect the energy inside you. No man can be respected and admired if his body and persona tell the tale of a pathetically sedentary and dull life. This is why building a strong physical presence is crucial to exuding this masculine energy. You can be sure that women pick up on it just by the way you walk. There's a certain sway to a man's body, a strong width to his shoulders, and a purpose in his stride that reveals the kind of man he is from the inside. It is this kind of man that can master modern women and dating. All of this boils down to how seriously you take yourself as a man and the foundation of self-esteem on which you've built your character. A man that values himself from the inside will never tolerate for long a weak and frail body that says the opposite about him to other people. Modern women aren't a mystery. They just have balloon standards from the man they expect to date, and refuse to respect or love a man simply out of the cold necessity of being in a relationship. There has to be something more to you if you don't want to drown in a sea of mediocrity in the eyes of women. Once you've done this, you'll realize you are one of only a small percentage of men that pulled it off. Working on yourself, on your mindset, on understanding women, and getting your life in order is an endeavor most men aren't willing to undertake. This makes you a rare man, a man whose value skyrockets simply because he is hard to come by. This is what's at the core of your strength in the modern dating market and will allow you to master the art of women like no other man understands. If that sounds interesting, you've just found the greatest treasure trove of masculine knowledge. This channel is a reservoir of wisdom that will guide you in your pursuit of masculine excellence. The community of high-value men we're building here will help you in exactly that journey, putting you ahead of the vast swath of men still drowning in cheap impulsive pleasures and plugged into the matrix. So like the video and hit the subscribe button to stay updated with upcoming videos. There's a lot more content in the pipeline you can't afford to miss. Until next time.